Hi, I'm Jeffrey Tambor. Happy Memorial Day.
Sergeant Alfano.
Yes,
Happy Memorial Day.
And we're here to celebrate, and we're here to honor and to memorialize the best and the people who have fought for us and who have been courageous. And rain or shine, we're here and we're proud of it.
I remember all of the servicemen, and I appreciate all they've ever done for us in our country.
Hi, we're really happy to be here, cloudy weather and all, and hats off to Memorial Day and all of our special people that serve in so many ways, the nation and the town and in the villages. We love it.
We already did it.
Memorial Day.
You missed us. Happy Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day.
From small town America.
That's right.
Hey, Mikey. How are you, Henry?
One of my friends spent most of his life at Old Bailey.
Peter, wait for me, okay? Wait for me.
I did that to my grandma and mom.
Look alive, guys. TV camera. Look alive. That might be girls' one. Appreciate it.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being part of what is your service of remembrance for those who died fighting for the country in which we and our families live. The flag we are flying today over my head belongs to U.S. Navy Ensign O. Milton Gossett, who lived most of his life in this town and whose son, Tom, will play taps today at the end of the service. I have a particularly fond memory of Milt because I worked for him for many years. The fact is, the reason his flag is up there is because he was an ensign who enlisted in '43 and fought his way through the Second World War. It is very easy for us who live in a very comfortable, secure environment to fail to remember how much we owe to those who made this such a safe, secure environment. And I think that the least we owe them is that on this day we remember them and we thank them. I saw a lot of young soldiers when I was a child practicing for D-Day. They crossed the channel, they landed at Omaha Beach, and many of them never left Omaha Beach alive. I think with that I will go simply to the words of the poet Binion. They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we shall remember them. Reverend Barry? Yes.
Let us pray. Amazing God, we give you thanks for this great land of freedom, with all its liberties and many blessings. Today we especially give thanks for those who served their country in its hour of need, and have given their very lives in that service. May we never forget their sacrifice, their love of country, and the liberties that we all enjoy and cherish because of each and every one of them. Lord, grant their families peace and comfort, and the knowledge that their selfless acts of heroism and service is why we can call this great nation the land of the free. Holy One, we understand that remembering those who have passed is only part of the task that is before us this day. That with your help we must carry these heroes' love, honor, and duty forward to all generations. To do anything less would be a disservice to their sacrifice and to their memories. Lord, grant your continued blessings on this great nation and protect us today and every day. And we pray this in your most heavenly name. Amen.
I would like to ask Anna Marie Sant to sing Amazing Grace.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
I would like it if you would join with me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to introduce a few special guests and veterans. Janet Donahue on my extreme right, Supreme Court Justice Charlie Wood, sorry, Dr. Les Simon, Judge Sue Simon, all right, somebody who I'd not expected to be. Francis Corcoran, our county legislator, Judge Mark Seedorf, Peter DeLucia, Reverend Michael Barry, who you've heard, Colonel Frank Kelly, Deirdre Casper, Dan Sant, Major Lee Hughes, and Anne-Marie Sant, who filled a vacant spot rather splendidly a second ago. I'd like to hand the mic to Colonel Frank Kelly.
You can all sit down. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Supervisor, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. Americans are a peaceful people, yet we have, for the last 2 decades or more, been engaged in what has been called a violent peace. It would seem that despite our plans and efforts, the world remains a violent and uncertain place. Our peace and freedom require men and women who will shoulder the effort to defend it. Unfortunately, too many times, they must defend our freedom at the price of their lives. Americans do not seek war, dominance, or expansion. Condoleezza Rice summed it up well recently: for Americans have only sought the soil of foreign nations enough to bury their dead, who fell in defense of the countries in which they are buried. We as Americans are dedicated to freedom and justice for all people. We bear no ill will to any country or people. We seek only to help in times of great distress and ensure freedom from fear, freedom from want, freedom from terror for everyone. Most of the people of the world want no more than to be able to provide a safe and secure environment where they can think and live in the way that they think best. Yet an insidious cancer, theocrats, tyrants, zealots, predators continue to threaten us from all sides to this day. These ignoble animals are not deterred by words and cannot be sensibly brought to reason. The rule of law and institutions we've created with the best of intentions are mere words and papers that cannot successfully defeat the evil, terrorists, and tyrants. We are plagued by those who exploit the weak and subjugate the powerless. For no reason we can adequately understand, there are forces in the world which seek only to destroy and which perpetuate violence for violence' sake only. When the helpless and wearied lie with their necks under the boot of a tyrant and reach out a broken, bloodied hand for help, it is the American soldier to whom they look for rescue. America has not sought this longest of wars, nor do right-thinking people ever seek war. But when thrust upon us, there is no option but to fight and win. To our eternal regret, fighting sometimes takes the flower among us as a sacrifice on the altar of freedom, liberty, and justice. There is and can be no alternative to victory if the American way is to survive. Wars are won by soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines who fight. Fighting entails sacrifice. These valiant heroes who have committed to defend and protect us and our way of life are not here with us today to enjoy the society that their sacrifice has built. That is a terrible price upon which we should reflect. Thus, we gather on Memorial Day to remember the fallen. It is our obligation to their memory. But we come together also to manifest the spirit and enduring legacy of these valiant men and women. We also come together to prove that the spirit of these men and women are alive today and here with us now. We gather publicly to affirm our community's commitment to the ideals for which so many of the greatest among us have given their last full measure. We meet here on this day to find and affirm our beliefs and refresh our desire to defend those beliefs. We believe in a nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all people are created equal. We believe in freedom to think and act as our conscience dictates. We believe in justice and equity under the law. We establish this Memorial Day a covenant with those matchless heroes whose sacrifice has consecrated the struggle to maintain a people dedicated to the values of freedom, justice, and liberty. Many of us who have had the privilege to serve bear on Memorial Day a weight to assay. Are we the living to validate the sacrifice of our brothers and sisters, the heroes we have known? We recall acts of valor and selflessness at which we stand in awe. Those of us who have worn the uniform may think privately of our lives and of the lives and deaths of America's best souls, and we will think of our fortune and our obligations. When we reaffirm our commitment to the values which are intrinsically American, we bring our honored dead to life in the very moment of our commitment. As a community, we reverently remember and thank wholeheartedly those protectors of our freedoms whose hearts were touched with fire. Our grief at the passing of these young men and women will never recede, but we join in the community today to affirm that they live forever among us, that we shall carry the fire and the way of life for which they sacrificed, and the way of life for which they sacrificed shall endure and thrive upon the earth. Thank you.
I'd like the Lewisboro Scouts, brownies, is it, or have I got it wrong? What? Daisies and brownies to now lay the wreaths. Thank you to the Boy Scouts, the Daisies, the Brownies, and I hope you will remember what you have done today and why you have done it. Michael Barry, Reverend Michael Barry.
I'd like for all of you to look around at each other and take a moment to ask yourself the question why you're here. What it is that we just heard and why we're here and why are we remembering. Let us never forget those that have laid down their lives so that we might be here and have the freedoms and liberties that we do. May God bless all of them and their families and all of us that continue their legacies going forward. On this day, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Amen.
Would you like to sing the national anthem? I know I've confused the order, but I wanted to give you a small rest in between.
Just a suggestion.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I'd now like to ask Cooper Clares and Tom Gossett to play taps. Thank you all for being here.
We're done.
Depart in peace.
How you doing? I'm Deputy Supervisor Pete DeLucia. To my left is Colonel Frank Kelly, also councilman here in the town of Lewisboro. To my right here, I have Deirdre Casper, our receiver of taxes, and of course our Honorable Justice Mark Seedoff. I'd like to say a few words about Memorial Day. Deirdre?
Well, the weather didn't cooperate, but that can't keep Lewisboro down. We had a beautiful Memorial Day service here today in the town of Lewisboro. So grateful to everyone who came out.
This is probably since 1989, 1990 that I've been doing this, coming to these parades and coming from the city. and coming to a community like this to see the outpouring and support and the care in such a weather bad day is truly amazing. It is definitely a gift to live in Lewisboro and to remember our veterans who passed away.
It's great to come out and share our civil sacrament, which is Memorial Day, and it's wonderful to be in such a community that is so invested in doing something like that, to share the memory and to bring alive the soldiers and heroes who have gone before and paid the price to establish freedom and justice and the community in which we live. It's wonderful to see everybody out, from the oldest to the youngest. It's great to see some of the older veterans actually come out, even in the terrible weather. So pleased to be here. Wonderful day. Sorry about the voice. I ran this morning, and it was a tough 5K, but great Memorial Day.
Well, I echo everybody's responses, and I could just say for myself, I spent the beginning of the weekend with my children, my family, and friends, and then to come back here in town and to see all of these people throughout the whole weekend. I've been just thinking about how solemn today is, Memorial Day, because of the valiant and brave acts of our servicemen. That's why I was able to enjoy time with my family and friends and be able to do the wonderful things we were able to do and be able to celebrate today. So just over the years I've been coming here, I just am always floored by the amount of support in our own little town, and I can only imagine it's town, by county, by state throughout the glorious United States. So just want to thank everybody for coming out and everybody for watching this presentation on LCTV, and just remember what a solemn occasion today is, and to pass that on to your family, your friends, and your children.
And we thank Henry Wolf continually being here through good and bad weather to memorialize these events for our town. Thank you, Henry.
Thank you, Henry.
Good afternoon. I'm Judge Susan Simon. It's great that so many people came out today to honor those who served our country so well for so many years and have enabled us to lead our special American way of life.
Hi, I'm Francis Corcoran, a county legislator. Today's Memorial Day, a solemn day for our country, a day of remembrance, a day of reflection, a day that we respect the memory of those who laid down their lives for our freedom and for our children's freedom. It's a great day to be here in Lewisboro with the South Salem Fire Department, the Vista Fire Department, the Boy Scouts, our local leaders, and of course our citizens. We can never forget the sacrifices that the many made for the few that have allowed us the freedoms that we enjoy today. And for that we can never be thankful enough or grateful enough. And thank you.
Hi, I'm Major Lee Hughes. This is my 5th consecutive year coming to these ceremonies, and it's always a pleasure to come up and visit my daughter and Judge Seedorf. And I had the distinct honor of speaking at this ceremony 2 years ago. A memory I'll never forget. Anyway, you have a beautiful community. It's a pleasure to be here. It's always a pleasure to come up here.
I'm Peter Parsons. I'm your town supervisor of Lewisboro. And we just completed a Memorial Day service at the townhouse. One that was particularly touching to me because I knew Milt Gossett very well, and it's his flag which we were flying during the service. So it gave it an immediacy and a reality which sometimes these events don't have. Everything through to the Boy Scouts, the daisies, the brownies, laying the wreath, Milt Gossett's son playing taps was really much, I really felt it, and it was important to me. Thank you very much.
So we're ready to start. Is everybody ready to go? All right, listen carefully. When you start, when you go past the timing mat, you're going to go to the right side of the timing mat, okay? When you finish, you're going to come through and make sure you go over the timing mat so your time is recorded, okay? And most importantly, smile when you cross the finish line because you're going to get your picture taken. Okay, you guys ready? Yeah! I want to introduce you to someone very important who's going to say a couple words, okay?
Donald Trump?
No. Dr. Chip Andrews, our pastor of the South Salem Presbyterian Church.
Morning, everybody. What a beautiful day for a race. We're going to let you know right after the race at 10 o'clock we have the fair down at the church. Rain or shine, food, art, all sorts of wonderful stuff.
Runners ready?
Oh, I see a dog.
Wait up.
It's a dog.
Nice run. Nice run.
You don't just go down and get it over with. It's gentle.
Yeah. Good job, Jim.
Hey!
Hi, I'm Chip Anderson. This is
Jean Allen. Hi.
And Jean Allen is chair of the Memorial Day Fair and races. We had races this morning, and it was absolutely fantastic. It was a little cold, a little rainy, but runners love that stuff. And we are thrilled that even in this weather, so many people have come out from the community and have filled this place up with music and art and food and laughter and fun. And it's a great day here in South Salem. And South Salem Presbyterian Church does this every year on Memorial Day, and it's our gift to the community and brings everyone together. We've made some changes where we have a lot of local artists, and we have a lot of people who found out their neighbors were artists and they didn't even know it. And they're all together in the sanctuary and inside, and it's an absolutely wonderful day. And we're so glad that all the people came out, and we're so proud of all the volunteers in our church too that spend a lot of time. We start in January planning this stuff so that we can do this for the community, and it's just absolutely fantastic. And the music you hear in the background is Richfield School of Rock, and we'll have John Jay middle schoolers coming in with Halfway to Sanity later, so Kids are having a blast making music, and it's just a lot of fun.
Playing games.
And playing games. The games are in the tent as well, so rain won't stop us. No, we're good. It doesn't
Rain or
matter.
shine every year. It's a whole event about the community, for the community. You might come. You might see your neighbor here. You'll be surprised.
My name is Arthur Frank Shane, a longtime resident of South Salem, and here today with this fair and for fun and meeting friends and just having a good time.
You're watching Lewisboro Community Television, Channel 20.